Saturday Foursome is brought to you by Instead of Flowers provides delicious gourmet meals that are delivered fresh and never frozen. If you're looking for what to give someone, Instead of Flowers makes the perfect gift for any and every occasion.
Chris Tucker or Mike Epps?
Mike Epps was pretty funny, man. He was real funny. Mike Epps was real funny.
He was. I'll definitely tell you Mike Epps. Then All About the Benjamins.
All About the Benjamins.
Oh yeah.
He
had me rolling.
Man.
Yeah.
Should have got an Oscar for that.
Everyone has a story. Mine started 20 years ago in a small town called Augusta, Georgia. Along my journey to my goals, I make sure to enjoy the game I love with friends. We laugh, trash talk, and share stories. We make Saturdays our best day. This is a game I love. This is a game I live for. This is Saturday Foursome. It's another Saturday at my favorite golf course in the world, Atlanta Country Club. My group today is filled with NFL players that I know will have a lot of jokes, stories, and serious conversations. Let's go.
So I'm coming here today and I'm listening to, sports radio, and they're talking about all the free agency with, basketball and everything. And it's crazy, like the amounts these players are getting, for 2-year deals, 3-year deals. A lot of time I don't even know who they are. Y'all being in the league, in the NFL, which is so huge, how do you get to where the NFL is more like the NBA when it comes to giving out contracts to players like yourself?
I think first off is just starting off with guaranteed money. It doesn't matter if a guy's on a 1-year, $900,000 deal. If you can guarantee him that money, then I think that's moving the needle in the right area for me.
For sure, yeah. It's hard because, like, NBA, obviously you only got, 11, 15 guys on the roster. So they got a lot less guys to spread that money out around. With the league, it's 53, and then you got, I think, what is it? How many practice squad now? 10 or 12. So yeah, it's tough, like, spreading it around, but like Carl said, just those guaranteed contracts are huge because obviously our sport's so physical, a lot of injuries, trying to, protect yourself, get that guaranteed money. Obviously no one wants to get injured, but it's part of the game, and I think just getting that guaranteed money is the biggest step.
Most definitely, but it seems like the NFL is only getting bigger, so I feel like the money's there. You know what I mean? Like, how do y'all like negotiate that? Like, how does that change happen?
Honestly, we just really got to get more people. We sort of realized it with the way this last CBA went. We got to get a lot more guys involved with like the talks and everything about the CBA. Like, I'd say maybe like 60% of the league never pays attention to NFLPA emails. Didn't. I guarantee it, like, maybe 55% of the league doesn't even check up on, like, the new bylaws and changes to the money that you're getting in the retirement plans. Like, if you ask maybe half the guys in the league, they couldn't tell you what plans got axed in the CBA deal. They were just like, okay, well, I just want to sign and play football, which, it works in the short term, but when you think about it in the long term, you're sort of screwing yourself over by not having everyone get involved and everyone just like, let's just sign it and go, we want to play, instead of just maybe sitting out maybe 2, 3, or however long. Like the NBA had the lockout, they got all their stuff straightened out, and that's honestly what should happen with us. But there's just a lot of guys who don't want to get involved, and just like I'm just gonna.
Sure, I gotta look out for myself.
I also feel like the NBA is a player league, whereas the NFL is an owners league, pretty much. You got guys in the NBA like LeBron that's going to go to bat for his guys, and really, kind of NFL and guys like, listen, as long as I got my money, I'm good. Right. And that's just the truth behind the matter right now. And you don't have a guy that's fighting for the younger guys, and then the younger guys don't know no better because you just getting out of college, you 20, 21, and you just care like, okay, I signed for this much, okay, cool, I can go hang out and do this. You're not really thinking about it because we just live for the now almost, you know what I'm saying? Whereas you got a guy in the NBA like LeBron and other players that are more proactive and try to get their guys more money and bring them in. It's like, hey, let's do this. So I think that's the difference in the culture behind it.
Yeah, I think another thing too is, because I think Deshaun Watson's contract was all fully guaranteed, right? So I think that's a big part of NFL contracts is the precedent that's been set at your position especially. So if you have other guys that are starting to sign fully guaranteed contracts, that just kind of starts to snowball, and there's a little domino effect that happens there. Because when one guy starts to sign for a fully guaranteed contract, other guys might start doing it in the future, and that might be the precedent that's set. So hopefully there's more of those contracts that get signed and negotiated by agents so that starts to become the norm.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
And it's a funny thing too. I remember being a kid and you see a guy signs for $100 million and all this type of stuff, but it's only 20 guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So if you see like, oh, that's a $100 million guy, but he's not. He's not. He's a $20 million guy.
These deals that are like, say, 5 years, $100 million, but there's only 60 guaranteed. They cut you after they pay you that 60, and you're not getting.
So after you sign, you get, I guess, sometimes you get a signing bonus, and but if they cut you at a certain point, you don't get the rest of your contract, or how does, like, you get paid
only
by
the guaranteed
game?
money. And then anything else, like anything that's not guaranteed, I mean, I'm sure there's little clauses and stipulations in all these different contracts, but most of the time, like, if it's not guaranteed, you're not going to get that money. So a lot of these deals, if it's like, usually it's, I mean, I know like most agents try to kind of get as much guaranteed up front as possible, because really, like, unless you're playing at like an all-pro level the whole like duration of your contract, teams are most likely gonna, you know, after giving you that guaranteed money, they're either gonna try to renegotiate or say, we're gonna let you go. Gotcha. So that's just the way it works. So yeah, it
happened a lot during COVID too, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of teams didn't want to pay anybody money at the time, and they're like, they know some guys were like, they know the CBA was going up the year after COVID happened, but a lot of guys ended up getting cut because teams didn't have the money coming in, or owners didn't want to pay it all out because it's like,
yeah, you don't know what's going to happen with COVID.
Yeah,
wow.
They're like, we just don't want to pay you right now. So they let a lot of primetime guys go.
Gotcha.
I think one more thing too that a lot of young guys don't realize when they're coming in is, like, say you get $10 million guaranteed, you're really only taking home probably $5 million of that after taxes. You got 3% agent fee. You're paying state tax in whatever state so those California guys, like, they're paying, I think, 13% state tax or something like that. So you're really only taking home.
You pay tax in every state you play in too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
You
every
get
state
hit
you
with
play in.
that entertainers tax, like that all the artists and everything, like rappers and singers get hit with. And it's like my rookie, I remember looking at it because I was pissed. Because we played in San Fran in 2016, and it cost us $26.67 to play. I remember it to the dot. $26.67 to play one game in San Fran back in 2016.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So you never want to have some California games on the schedule.
You know, you could play in Houston, where I think
Houston, Florida.
I think six or I think how many games is it? Like maybe 8 to 10 games are all tax free. Yeah, especially after being in New York, and even or even up in Boston is bad. I think the housing market is worse up there than it is in New Jersey.
That's crazy. Well, hopefully, man, you know, things will kind of get to where it's a little more even. You get your guaranteed money, you know. So the CBA is what, every how many years?
About 10.
10 years? Wow. That's amazing. Wow.
Henry will have his second back surgery by then.
Well, hey, man, I'm going to guarantee I'm going to hit the fairway on this hole. How about that? We'll start with that guarantee. All right, let's get it going.
Wherever potential leads you next, get there with speed. Get there with scale. Get there with a bank you trust. Synovus. Get there.
Saturday Foursome is brought to you by Instead of Flowers provides delicious gourmet meals that are delivered fresh and never frozen. If you're looking for what to give someone, Instead of Flowers makes the perfect gift for any and every occasion. Save money on credit card processing with PayHawk, the payment industry's most customer-centric company. Let's go PayHawk.
We keep thinking we got everything free at Georgia. We did not get nothing.
I thought y'all got the mopeds.
No, we had $75. Like, we had a meal plan Monday to Friday morning. You couldn't eat at the dining hall past Friday morning. And that $75 was supposed to last you for Friday for lunch, dinner, and then Saturday breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and Sunday breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Bro.
$75.
They didn't have the calf wasn't open?
No, well, they had us on the 5-day meal plan, but it cut off at lunch. And then yeah. So you was on your own.
Friday.
So they had the training table on Friday.
This in the off season?
This was during the season. Like, you could not eat at the dining hall Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night. Any weekend you couldn't eat at the dining hall.
They didn't tell you about that when they recruited you, did you?
Oh no, not at all. I saw everybody on the scooters. I thought we got the scooters for free. Turns out it was all the walk-ons who had the scooters, because half of if you walked on to Georgia, half the time you got some bread too.
Right.
So they all had the scooters, and then some of the older linemen had the scooters. They told me how much it cost. I said, don't worry about it.
No, I'm good.
I don't need it. That bus gonna take me right there. And if I'm late, don't worry about it. I'm gonna be late.
One of my best friends I grew up with, he went to Georgia. I was like, man, this kind of spread out. Well, fellas, we made it to the 13th hole. This is our signature hole here at Atlanta Country Club, man. It's so gorgeous. It's always a good time to get a little closest to the pin competition going, if y'all cool with that. Okay. So we're up in the team competition, but we'll get some side action. Well, y'all want to put a couple bucks on it? $5? $1? $1? All right, dollar bet. So $4 in the pot, closest to the pin. You guys are big. I mean, y'all big gamblers.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of money there.
That I understand.
Could bet a margarita. You know what I'm saying? Next time we get some Mexican food.
That's good. That's right. We'll definitely go for Mexican again. Okay. Well, I'll lead the way. I'll show y'all how it's done. All right, let's do it.
Go! Oh, you baby.
Pick off the rocks.
Go! Bounce up.
Oh! Wow!
That's crazy. You just talked about that too.
Opportunity won't always come to you, but with Synovus as your bank, you can always go towards it. Synovus, get there.
Saturday Foursome is brought to you by Save money on credit card processing with PayHawk, the payment industry's most customer-centric company. Let's go PayHawk.
No, let's keep that going.
Listen, man, would have felt some type of way about that, Henry. But you're still gonna be bald before me, though. You know what I'm saying? You already got
My dad still has all his hair.
but you got gray
I
hair.
don't know why
already.
I'm in the middle of this. Like,
I got gray hairs, but I still have.
Turn your head that way. Look
You
up.
got a nice flow.
I think you got a bald spot, like right
Nah,
there.
that's
kinda
my-
look like
that's my
Canelo
couch.
a little bit. It kind of look like Canelo.
Cinnamon. Why they picking on you, man?
I was just saying,
bully, man.
See, the only reason I pick on Henry because Henry never liked to give me the call when we was in New York. You know what I'm saying? If before the play came out, I'd be right next to him. I'd be like, Henry, what's the call real quick?
So is that Henry fault or is it your fault?
Oh,
That's
Henry-
his fault.
I had
That's
to
his
drop.
fault.
I had
He's
to
not
drop.
paying attention.
You know, so you gotta be everybody get the play a call in the huddle.
I was on the other side. Henry just sitting there chilling. I'm like, Henry, what's the call? He says, But that's the worst part because he looked at me and was like, and then got in the stand. I said, bro,
I don't
what you
remember
doing?
that.
What's the call? He said, go. I had to drop.
And he said, go. He had to drop. Yeah, blown coverage. First
He's too
down.
busy talking trash. He misses the play calls.
Oh, that's a trash talker.
Yep.
See?
wanted the Henry.
I
But of
always
course it's my
wondered, like,
fault.
what would watching the NFL be like if you could just listen to everybody, like what they're saying on the field?
Yeah,
Like,
I think the sidelines is more funny than actually on the field.
that's true.
really?
The sideline, that's where all the
They be cutting.
yeah, the coaches, everybody. You hear some, I done said some wild stuff. Everybody, I mean, sidelines, you get the most quiet player, but if they pissed off or something happened and they're gonna voice their opinion. It's too much energy flowing, too much. Yeah, it's just a lot going on, man.
Yeah,
So what about like when they say like, okay, like certain players, you know, you may see them slam their helmet and they get a bad rap or something like that, but everybody get mad, right? Or
Yeah, everybody get mad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the media. It's all about how the media want to set it up. That's why you got to be careful. It depends on who you are. And honestly, when it comes to media, it depends on who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if Tom Brady slams his helmet, then he just wants to win. You know what I'm saying? But
oh, he just wants
you know, don't let it be Dez Bryant or somebody. This dude was either loose cannon. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
man for the locker room.
You know, yeah. So it all depends on the person.
That's true.
And you think sometimes, I'm not gonna touch on that. We'll just keep that edited out. You know what I'm saying? I like my job.
No, I got you. But no, it is crazy though. I mean, because like I've met people, you know, that've been on my show or I play golf with, and it's nothing like what I thought they would be. Like from what I saw like on TV. Like,
Yeah.
be the nicest person in the whole
Yeah.
world. Y'all be like, what?
Yeah,
That's-
dude, like
that's
most
crazy.
times dudes be really cool, but it's like that's a high ego, high, you know what I'm saying, testosterone, all type of
gotta be in a
stuff
different
going through.
mode
So
when you
yeah,
out
you in a
there.
different mindset, like you know what I'm saying. So that's why honestly, I think it's a legal thing that you have to have a 15-minute cool down period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, after a game, and like, cause something happens during that time, like you can't be legally, you know what I'm saying, responsible for that because you're not even in the right mind frame.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you got so much adrenaline pumping.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's why like sometimes, even in like some of the like UFC fights or something, you see a guy that wants to go for the belt or someone coming to the arena or whatever, and then but somebody went and did that and like I think a Pride boxing event and Buddy went that just won the fight. Struck the guy
I've seen
twice.
that. I've seen it,
And
but
it's like your temper, like you just got done fighting the
Just
guy.
got done. You still in that mode.
Yeah,
Sounds
for
like
an
a
hour.
kind
You
of
can have
passion,
somebody
but
come
not
up
really.
and saying something. It's like, hold on, man. You know. You
Fair
seen
enough.
Richard Sherman and
Trent.
Trent Williams.
Yeah. Someone hit you in your mouth. It really hit him in his mouth. I was like, dang. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, then you'll see those guys, they'll probably be out the club together. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You be like, wait. The media, they thought y'all had beef, but I'm like, nah, it's just the moment.
Just part of the game.
You know what I'm saying? Like you literally in camp, like in training camp, you get in a fight with somebody and literally sit down and have lunch with them.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
It's just how it be.
Yeah, because I'm cool on the field, but I mean off the field, but on the field I get mad a lot
Gotcha.
and getting a lot of brawls sometimes in practice. You know, so
It
it
be
really
like
shouldn't
that.
happen.
It happens.
And there's a couple like even with the Jets, we were getting a couple fights with the O-linemen. Henry didn't want to fight sometimes. He just like saving his energy.
I'm too tired.
Hey, you
I'm
gotta
too tired to run out.
Hey, you
There's
gotta
so
get-
many fights that happen during training camp. I get tired of it after a while, and I try to save my energy.
Yeah, especially by day
Don't run
5,
out
if
on
you
the
still
field.
fighting, all right.
Yeah.
1v4. I look to the sideline. I see maybe one person run out.
If it's an actual fight, I'd be out there, but you guys just like push and shove for a couple seconds.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, those little
They act
scuffles,
like
I
that.
go in there, act like, and I just jump over the top of everybody. I'll just be BSing just to make it look like it's something going on. But yeah, nah.
Got you. I got you. But it was crazy. Some y'all talked about at dinners. Like some people get cut for fighting at training camp. Like, do you think they already were gonna cut them and that was just kind of an out, or are they really trying to?
I mean, in that situation, maybe so, or maybe it was a player they wanted to find an excuse to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It goes both
Yeah.
ways, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're looking for any opportunity to, like, if you're a guy like they sort of, you know, they want to move on from, and it's like, well, time and opportunity presented itself, and then you got to sort of know your role on the bigger scheme of thing is like, if you get in a fight with you can't get in a fight with the primetime players, like with the Jets when one of the linebackers punched Geno Smith in the face, broke his jaw, and he got sent to Buffalo.
Gotcha.
It's like you gotta, if you get in a fight, don't let it be the start
Yeah,
quarterback.
and you can be like an undrafted free agent balling, but the fact that you're so expendable, like you can be having a great camp, and they're like, you know what, we got to set you just the example that day. You know what I'm saying? So
Got you.
this is what it is.
Got you. Got to be aware of your surroundings.
And you got to know yourself and know what type of situation you in.
Know your
Know your work.
situation.
Yeah, know your situation.
Most definitely.
Sometimes it takes hauling up pride to keep getting paid.
That's true. I got you. I got you. I got you. Well, the situation now is we're 2 up with 2 to play on these guys, you know what I'm saying? That's the current situation. But, you know, we're going to try to hold them off. You know, we got a nice par 3 straight away. So we're going to see if we can finish them off. You know, we'll see how it goes. Let's do it. All right. All right. I'll lead the way.
You learn so much when you play golf with new people. This Saturday, I learned a ton about the NFL and some of the things that players are working on to advance their self-cause. Most importantly, I enjoyed the game I love with 3 amazing guys and had a ton of laughs along the way.
This could be the one. Walk it in.
Get in.
Oh my God.
All good. Fellas,
Thank you. A lot of fun.
I really appreciate it.
We'll see y'all soon on Saturday Foursome.
Hey y'all, Edgar Evans Jr. coming live from historic Atlanta Country Club, and today I'm going to give you a new option when you're trying to get up and down around the greens. Let's go. Okay, so I know when you get around the green, you want to straight go ahead and grab that lob wedge and hit away, but I want you to give it a new consideration and try a lower lofted wedge like your pitching wedge. Now me, myself, I love my Sugar Daddy 2 BP grind lob wedge, but when I have green to work with, I really like to flight the ball down lower and let the ball run out. So what I want you to do is go through your normal routine, okay? Match your body to the slope, and then as you make your stroke, try to get the buttons on your shirt to face the flag. If you can do this ball will come out low, it will continue to run, but our margin of error will be so huge. So if I do miss it just a little bit, I only have maybe a 4 or 5 foot putt, and the way I putt, that's easy peasy. Try this out the next time you play golf and let me know how it goes via social media. I'd love to hear from you. We'll see y'all soon on Saturday Foursome.
Save money on credit card processing with PayHawk, the payment industry's most customer-centric company. Let's go PayHawk.